Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by. I am Paula from Paper Crafts by PRB, and I am participating this week. I don't know if I'll be able to do it every single week, but it is a weekly challenge by Crafty Cat, and it's a 25-week challenge. So every week for 25 weeks you make 2 different ephemera pieces with the prompts that she pulls out of that she takes out of an envelope. So it's called the 50 stack challenge, and the first week 1 and 2, the prompts were tear or rip and sticker. So basically I made a journaling card, and as you can see, I tore these pieces, I tore these strips, and then I just added the center little embellishment thing here. I used some netting from the produce department. I think I had those small potatoes in there, so it's that netting from the bag. So I made a journaling card, and then the second piece that I made, which was our prompt was stickers, and you can barely see my stickers, but there are these little dots. So can you see those dots? There's some here, there's some up here, there's some here. They're just splatters. And then I wanted my ephemera pieces to coordinate, so I did pretty much the same exact thing. So I tore these strips and I stamped on them, and then I did the cluster in the middle with the butterfly, and then obviously on this one I made a tag. Okay, so I'm gonna make exactly the same thing. I already have everything cut out. I just basically need to glue it. So I have my rip pieces right here. Okay, so fairly easy. I'm gonna make a tag again. So obviously I just measured my strips, the length of my tag. Here's my tag. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off those corners. But first of all, on this, I am going to go ahead and stamp on these, stamp on them again. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm gonna put that on there. All right. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna participate every week. I think I used black ink last time because it shows up better, but all I have on my desk this morning is brown ink, so that's just gonna have to do. Okay. So anyways, I don't know if I'll be participating every single week, but that's okay. All right, so there I stamped those. And then I'm gonna glue those onto my card base. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this and like this. And of course, I just used, some scrapbooking paper, some book pages, and I just tore strips. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. And I'm gonna glue these on here, just like that. All right, one more strip. All right, oh, let's put that on the right way. All right, and then I have this middle piece that I'm gonna put on right there. And then I have my netting. So here I'm gonna just put this in the middle, And instead of butterflies, this time I'm gonna do mushrooms. So I'm gonna put that there, and then I have a mushroom right here. All right, so I'm gonna put that right there. And then I'm gonna glue down my mushroom. Okay, so obviously I had everything already cut out because I don't want to make a super long video. Okay, so there's basically that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the corners, just like that. And I'm going to bring this over here and cut off this little corner. Okay, just like this. Perfect. I'm going to ink that up a little bit. And then I'm going to use my crocodile, and I'm going to put a notch right there so that I can put my twine at the top so that it looks like a real tag. Okay. Okay, so that was pretty easy. So that was the rip version, or the tear version. Oops, let's go ahead and tie that on there like this. Okay, so there we have it. There's that one. All right, so now I'm just gonna make a tag, a journaling, I'm sorry, I just made a tag. I'm gonna make a journaling card doing the same exact thing. So here is my card. It's 3x4. And I am, again, just gonna put these pieces on here like this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stamp those first. Okay, this is a stamp that I bought off of Amazon. And it's like a sewing stamp. So it had different, you know, this, if you could see it better, it looks like thread. And then it had tape measures, and it had numbers. I do a lot of sewing and quilting, so I like the stamp set. Okay, so there's that. So now we're just gonna glue these strips onto here. Okay, just like this. All right. I used a book page on these last two. The first two I didn't do a book page, but you know, you can do any kind of scrapbooking paper to obviously coordinate with your journal. All right, so there's that, and there's that. Okay, so this time I'm gonna put this going this way. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. All right. And then again, I have a piece of that netting. So that's gonna go on there like that. And then I have a mushroom that's gonna go on there. I forgot my corner rounder. So usually on journaling cards, I do a corner rounder. I rounded my corners, but I forgot my corner rounder, and it's clear across the room over there. Okay, so there's that one. So easy peasy. Now, something I forgot to do was on these ones, I stamped the back. I just used a stamp that had you can't read the writing, but it was a script. So, I forgot to do that. I suppose I could just, let's see here. Let's see if I can get it to look okay just by randomly putting it on there. I don't know, let's see. Oops. Well, first of all, my stamp's not, Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see if I can just do it this way. Okay, well, I guess maybe that works okay. And then I need to put the stickers on this one. I got a little sidetracked because I noticed that I forgot to put the stamp, the script stamp on it. So there we go. I guess maybe that works a little bit. Okay, so here are the stickers that I have. They're just, I got them from, I used to do a lot of, you know, the Happy Planner. You get them over at Joann's and Michael's. They're all those sticker books. So I found this in a sticker book. So I'm just going to take that off of there, or cut that off there. And I'm just gonna like put this on the edge. Okay, so just like that. Gives it a little bit of a splatter look. I don't use a whole lot of stickers. I don't do that kind of journaling anymore. I'm more into the junk journaling, and so yeah, I don't use stickers. Okay, so I'll put that one there. Okay, so I think you kind of get the idea. So there's the sticker part of it is right there on that corner, and then it's right here on this corner. All right, so again, this is the challenge from Crafty Cat. It's the 50 stack challenge is what it's called. Okay, so here are the two that I made for this week. And the prompts this week were prompt 1 and 2 was tearing or rip and stickers. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, could you give it a thumbs up or leave me a comment? I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next video, thank you.